and welcome. I'm Nikki, and I'm so glad you've joined me here at the Palace of Relaxation, a place where the day melts away and we gently settle into dreamy slumber. Tonight, I'll be reading a cozy story about a day in a delightful cat cafe where the air is soft and everything feels peaceful. But before we begin, let's take a moment to relax and let go of any tension we're carrying. Just allow yourself to get comfortable, noticing how your body sinks into your chair or bed. Take a gentle breath in through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. As you breathe out, feel any tension begin to melt away. Let's do that again. Inhale deeply, filling your lungs with calm. And as you exhale, let go of any stress from your day. Just breathe and relax into the moment. Tonight, we will listen to a story about Emily, the owner of a charming little cat cafe nestled in a quiet corner of the city. Emily's Café is more than just a place to sip tea or coffee. It's a haven for cats, a sanctuary where each feline has a special place to nap, play, and be adored. As you listen, imagine yourself stepping into this peaceful sunlit space, surrounded by the gentle purrs and soft paws of Emily's beloved cats. It's a place where time slows down, where every moment is filled with the simple joy of being with these sweet, furry friends. Emily has spent years creating this little world, and tonight we'll join her as she goes about her morning routine, ensuring each of her cats is cared for and ready for a new day. So let your mind wander to a place of calm as this story wraps around you, carrying you gently toward a deep, peaceful slumber. The morning light was soft and golden, gently filtering through the large windows of the cat cafe. It cast a warm glow across the hardwood floors, which creaked slightly under Emily's feet as she tiptoed through the quiet space. She had always loved mornings like this, peaceful, still, and full of possibility. The cafe was silent for now, the only sound the occasional soft purring of a cat curled up in a cozy corner. Emily stretched and smiled, her hands brushing through the soft waves of her hair as she made her way toward the back room, where the magic of her cafe began each day. The smell of freshly brewed coffee drifted through the air, mingling with the scent of soft, fluffy fur and the faint fragrance of lavender she'd placed in the corners of the room. It was a scent that always made her feel calm and happy, much like the place she had created. In the back room, the cats were slowly beginning to stir. Emily's first stop was with Luna, her gentle silver Maine Coon, with eyes as bright as the moon. Luna was stretched out on her favorite cushion near the window, her thick fur glistening in the soft morning light. She looked up sleepily at Emily, purring in contentment as Emily gently scratched behind her ears. "Good morning, Luna," Emily whispered, her fingers gently massaging Luna's soft, fluffy coat. Luna responded by rubbing her head against Emily's hand, the purring rumbling deeper as she settled back into her comfy spot. Emily could see the faint glimmer of sunlight on her fur, making her look even more ethereal. It was moments like this, when she could be with her cats in silence, that she felt most at peace. Next, Emily moved toward the cat trees in the corner, where her mischievous tabby, Oliver, was already awake. He was an energetic ball of orange fluff, always getting into trouble, but with a heart full of affection. Oliver had a way of making everyone smile. Whether it was his playful antics or the way he would nudge at Emily's leg for attention. Today, he was perched at the top of his favorite tree, peering down at her with his big, green eyes. "Hello, troublemaker," Emily said with a laugh as she approached him, holding out her hand. Oliver stretched lazily before hopping down, his fluffy tail swishing behind him. He rubbed against Emily's legs before rolling onto his back for a belly rub. His soft, round belly was irresistible, and Emily couldn't help but give him a few scratches, making him purr louder. Across the room, Chloe, the sleek and elegant black cat, was already awake, sitting gracefully by the door. Chloe was a quiet, independent soul, always watching from the sidelines as the other cats played. But when she wanted attention, she made sure Emily noticed. As Emily walked past, Chloe stretched and gave a soft meow, her tail flicking in a delicate curve. Emily knelt beside her and gently stroked her back, feeling the warmth of her smooth fur. "Good morning, beautiful," Emily murmured, smiling as Chloe leaned into her touch. There was something about Chloe's quiet elegance that always made Emily feel calm, as though nothing in the world could go wrong when Chloe was near. The cafe had 3 more residents, each with their own personality, and Emily moved through the space, greeting them one by one. By the window, sleeping soundly in a patch of sunlight, was Tinker Bell, a tiny, delicate Siamese with deep blue eyes that sparkled like sapphires. Tinker Bell was Emily's most delicate cat, always finding the best spots to curl up in the sun. Emily could hear her light breathing as she slept peacefully, her tail curled gently around her body. Tinker Bell didn't need much attention. She preferred to observe the world quietly, but when she did seek affection, it was always a gentle, sweet gesture. "Hey, little one," Emily whispered as she crouched beside her. She reached out and gently stroked Tinker Bell's back, feeling the softness of her fur and the warmth of her tiny body. Tinker Bell stretched lazily, blinking up at Emily with a sleepy gaze before returning to her nap. Finally, Emily made her way to the far corner where the youngest of the group, Max, was already awake and ready for his morning adventure. Max was a fluffy white ragdoll with crystal blue eyes and an insatiable curiosity. He was always the first to greet customers. His sweet nature and love of attention making him a favorite among cafe visitors. Today, however, Max was more into exploring his little corner of the cafe, his soft paws patting across the floor as he checked every nook and cranny. "Morning, Max," Emily said, kneeling down to scoop him up into her arms. Max immediately relaxed in her embrace, purring happily as she gently cradled him. He looked up at her with his big, round eyes, as if asking for a little extra love. "I know, you want to help me get everything ready," Emily murmured, carrying him over to the small basket of fresh, soft bedding she had prepared for the day. She placed him gently inside the basket, and Max curled up immediately, his eyes fluttering shut as he settled in for a quick nap. With all of her cats settled into their cozy spaces, Emily began to set up the cafe for the day. She prepared the food, filling the bowls with fresh kibble and a variety of treats that the cats loved. She made sure to place their water bowls in sunny spots where the light from the windows would make the water shimmer like liquid crystal. Every corner of the cafe was designed with comfort in mind for both the cats and the customers who would soon arrive. Outside, the city was just beginning to stir, and Emily could hear the faint hum of life beyond the cafe's walls. But inside, the world felt perfectly still, as if time had slowed down to match the gentle rhythm of the cats' lives. As Emily moved around, she took a moment to look out the window, watching the sunlight dance across the floor in a soft, golden haze. Soon, the first customers would arrive, and Emily would greet them with her usual warm smile. But for now, it was just her and her cats, sharing this quiet, peaceful moment together. The gentle sound of purring filled the air, and the sunlight continued to pour in, wrapping everything in a blanket of warmth and comfort. As Emily moved through the cafe, she couldn't help but smile at the quiet beauty of it all. The morning routine was one of her favorite parts of the day. The calm before the buzz of customers and the chaos that often came with running a busy cafe. In these precious moments, it was just her and the cats, a simple but perfect balance of peace. The bell over the door jingled softly as the first customer of the day entered. Emily straightened up, putting the final touches on the last food bowl before walking to greet them. It was an older woman, a regular who loved to sit by the window with her tea, watching the cats nap or play. "Good morning, Miss Clara," Emily said with a warm smile, her voice gentle and inviting. Miss Clara returned the smile, her eyes lighting up as she walked inside. "Good morning, Emily. It's so good to see the cats all happy this morning." "They're always happy here," Emily replied, glancing over her shoulder to see Oliver hopping from his perch to greet Miss Clara. She chuckled softly at the sight of him, his bright eyes full of mischief as he bounded over to her. "He's always the first to greet everyone," Miss Clara laughed, kneeling down to pet Oliver, who rolled onto his back for a belly rub. "He's such a charmer," as Emily prepared a fresh cup of tea for Miss Clara. She took a moment to watch her cats. Luna was now stretched out on a pillow near the window, her tail flicking slowly as she basked in the warm light. Chloe had found a quiet corner in the back, observing the day with her usual calm demeanor. Max was beginning his morning exploration, patting the floor with his soft paws, while Tinkerbell remained nestled in her favorite sunny spot, her fur glowing softly. For a moment, Emily closed her eyes and let the warmth of the cafe wash over her. The gentle purring, the soft rustling of paws, and the comforting smell of fresh coffee. She felt a deep sense of contentment, knowing that this little cafe was a refuge for not just the cats, but for all who stepped inside. As the cafe slowly filled with customers, each one greeted by a soft meow or a friendly paw swipe, Emily felt the day's peaceful energy settle into place. Here, in her small corner of the world, The simple act of caring for her cats was more than enough to bring her joy. It was a reminder that sometimes the best moments in life are the quiet ones. Spent in the company of those we love. Whether they walk on 2 feet or 4. The cafe, now filled with the sounds of gentle conversation and contented purring, was the perfect haven. A place where time seemed to slow down, and the world outside could be forgotten for a while. Emily glanced over at her cats, each one in their own little world, and smiled. This was exactly where she was meant to be.